best, irrespective of your age.
So we're going to introduce the idea of what's your art. Every single person has an art. Every single person has a talent, a skill.
In the YPG, I actually got to discover that I can actually dance and I can actually act, by the way.
We are women. It means that we are brave, strong, capable, unique. We are woman to woman.
Good afternoon, South Africa. Woman to Woman will invade your home today. We said we have 2 special weeks ahead of us. Toko, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mrs. M.
Toko, today we are guests, you know, né?
Yeah,
because we have another YPG takeover.
Yeah, we are not going to do the much talking.
By the way, there is a mistake here. We are humble enough. Let us give the room for them.
Yes.
We're preparing ourselves for the June 16, that is actually on 17 this year. And for 2 weeks, we will bring the YPG with a lot of great things they have to share with you. You might say, I'm not from the youth. Toko and I, we are young adults. That's a fact. We are fully dressed with the spirit for this special event.
Yeah.
And for 2 weeks, we are going to share what we have in mind for you. Not exactly us. That's why we welcome to the show our YPG PJ and Tali to explain us a bit more about what they have planned. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Miss Marcia. Good afternoon, Miss T. Good afternoon to our viewers. It's us again. We are here to take over again.
Hello,
You did already, by the way.
Miss T and all the audience. Thank you for having us again. We feel like it's our second home already.
Yes.
It is indeed. Now, my first question of this afternoon, WATCHA, what is it?
Okay.
Tell us all.
Okay, this has been an interesting question. And just to bring the disclaimer, some people are saying, WATCHA. No, it's not WATCHA. We're not burning anything.
Oh, yes.
Just to make it clear, it is derived from the sentence of, what are you? And many people don't actually notice that we use this term a lot. We usually don't say, what are you doing? We will say, what you're doing, or what you're thinking, what you're eating. So basically, all of this comes from the term of WATCHA, what you're doing, what you're thinking. And the idea, if you notice, there is a detail on the bandana and all around our different marketing. We've been speaking, if you notice, it's written hashtag what you're thinking and what you're doing, because we believe that these are one of the most important things that define the future of a person, what we do and what we think. So that's what the WATCHA is. Of course, we also like the element of surprise, the mystery, to have people thinking, what is going on here, of course. But in a nutshell, that's what it means.
But I'm sure today we are going to give them a little bit of what is in store for this June 16 on 17.
Yes, there is a lot. We are going to show today a little bit, just a taste of what is to do. The YPG has been seeking to set the bar higher, higher, higher. And we're finding space in the sky to accommodate where, by the way, it's no longer the vibes, the juge now, Dona Marcia.
Wow.
The juge.
Yeah, it's the new word.
I like the word.
The new word that we are trending in the YPG is the juge.
The juge.
Like it has that thing.
Does it have a meaning?
Yes.
Okay.
It has to do with, adding that
oomph.
spice to it. Yes,
Yes.
The
making
style,
something.
adding
Exactly.
the style to it.
Oh.
Exactly. So today we came to zhuzh up the work of the
Wow.
woman to woman, our woman to woman fam, and so forth.
So it's no longer takeover, it's to juge up.
Yes, we came to zhuzh. Yes, we're
Okay.
zhuzhing here today.
All right. So, right in the beginning, I want us to invite you for this event.
Adolescence. adolescents are struggling with mental health challenges.
People allegedly shot the principal.
A diploma or degree is no guarantee of a job these days.
17-year-old committed suicide.
The high school learners drank poison. Teen suicide is becoming more common every year.
Hunting pupil has died after being stabbed at school.
Recorded the highest unemployment rates.
Youth unemployment once again under the spotlight. This week, our day South
What you're doing. We are going to prove to you that you don't have to fall into those statistics. You don't have to be just one more. You can rise above and define your own future. What you thinking? Hey, you have exactly what it takes for you to excel. So what you doing on June 17? Want to set your life on a whole new level? And join us at 24456 Imnik Drive, Zone 6, Deep Kloof in Soweto, with simultaneous events at every provincial YPG branch across Mzansi. WATCHA. Entry is absolutely rent-free. Mahala.
So Soweto is our home. And of course, all the roads lead to Soweto. And on 17th, we will be there with the YPG.
Holy ground.
Holy ground. Now, we have prepared something special. As I said, both of us talk with guests. No?
Yes, yes.
So you guys have prepared something special for Woman to Woman, for our views, for our audience today. What are we talking about today?
Okay, today we're going to bring a two-part show. South Africa is without a doubt so talented, but unfortunately the talent goes to waste. And that's also linked to the theme, what you're doing, what you're thinking. So we're going to introduce the idea of what's your art. Every single person has an art. Every single person has a talent, a skill. Some on the more artistic side, others on the more technical side. So we're going to have a few guests who are going to show a little bit of their artistic and also how the YPG assists with that. We have many young people who might be watching us right now and say, I don't have a talent. It's not that they don't have a talent, they don't know their talent.
They haven't found it yet.
They haven't found it yet. Yes.
But it's definitely there.
Exactly. And others, because of so many issues, all the odds being played against them, all the cards being played against them, they think it's not worth it. I'm not that person. So we want to show that there are people who have been through hell and back, but today they're showing their arts, they're doing so much. And yes, basically that's it.
So you can hope for the best during the next 55 minutes. And I'm asking you, what is your art? And you are going to see beautiful testimonies. We had a preview of what is to come, and you must remain there.
In a world where creativity has no bounds, where imagination runs wild, a place where each person has their own unique signature that sets them apart from others. Art. Art is a visual object to experience, consciously created through an expression of skill or imagination. Art always collaborates with our self-expression and awareness. Every single person has a talent, a skill, or an art that defines them. Art is not just about creating something beautiful. It's about creating something that moves you, challenges you, and ultimately changes you. That is what my art is about. Pushing boundaries, questioning norms, and inspiring others to do the same. So embrace your creativity, unleash your imagination, for within you lies the power to create wonders beyond compare. The world awaits your masterpiece. Now the question is, what is your art?
So back we are here in the studios, and we have a guest. Someone you owed with us, with Woman to Woman. Welcome, Sipho. Actually, I should say welcome back.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here.
So tell us why you are visiting us today.
Well, today I am just coming to showcase what the YPG has actually made an impact in my life. How the YPG helped me where I came from and where it's taken me, and the difference, the transformation that it's helped me to discover what my hands can do and where that can take me.
So what's your art?
I am an artist. I'm a graphic designer, and I do paintings, illustrations. I do in multiple mediums, in multiple formats. Like drawing that comes on pencils and paper, and also digital, and drawing people, characters in multiple styles.
How did you discover your talent?
So, funny enough, I believe it was grade 10. This is quite a few years ago, quite a while ago. I was invited to come for drawing classes that we had in the YPG that was ongoing. And I remember I was like reluctant. I came once, then I was like, okay. And then I came again and I was like, it's cool. But they said, yo, let's go, you can do this. Like, keep doing it. Like, you have something in this. And I remember like making my first one that like I was proud of. I was like, this actually looks nice. I remember grade 11, I just found myself in most of my books at school were just filled with drawings, like drawings, the basics that we learned in the YPG. I just kept on doing it. I kept on doing that. That's where it started.
So it was discovered from the YPG. If you had not come to YPG, you wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know that you had this in you, ne?
No. And I can also highlight and say that, yes, I wouldn't know that I had it in me. Like, okay, my mom used to draw, but I never attempted drawing.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether it was in me or not, but I learned skills here.
YPG.
So I never knew how to draw back then, but I learned a lot that brought me to this point.
How this skill that you found, this talent, this hidden talent, helped you during the years of pressure, because it was right grade 10, you had 11, you had matric ahead of you. So drawing, did it help you somehow to cope with the pressure that most of the youngsters go through when you see matrix coming? I have to define my future, I need to know what I wanted to do for my life.
It did actually. It played a very important role, and funny enough, I didn't realize it. I never knew that it could be a career.
So after matric, you went to varsity?
So my parents are Mozambican. We came here, we came to live, and I remember that the business we were doing for money was an illegal business. When we stopped that, things got out of hand. I remember being in situations when we had to become like independent. I think my dad moved back to Mozambique, and then us being here alone, we were like stuck without money. And then the institution I applied in was a private institution. And I think that year, it was supposed to be 2018, it was like 69,000 for 1 year in graphic design. And I'm like, where do I get that?
Yeah.
Where do I find that? So 2018 was the year after matric. I began to work. I was blessed to find like a job immediately in like February, after results, February, I started working. I took a crazy leap of faith, and I was like, I'm gonna quit my job and I'm gonna go study. I got a scholarship for that year. And then I went and continued on and was supposed to continue with second year. And when I went halfway into the second year of it, COVID came.
Yeah.
COVID came, and also another struggle that really had me was paying for second year, even half of it.
Did you have at any moment that uncertainty, I'm going to make it, or you were confident?
There was a lot of fear, but I couldn't settle for that. I couldn't settle for...
You had a dream.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And you had to give it all to go after your dream.
Yes.
Did it pay off?
It paid off. Miraculously, it paid off. Fears were there, yes. Doubts pop in, yes. But taking that step, taking that action, that decision, and moving forward with it really did pay off. And today I am where I am, and today I did graphic design until like the second year and I completed it. But now at that same year, I got hired as a graphic designer because of how my portfolio is or what, you know, like in physical terms we can say that, but it's more supernatural than that. It's that faith, that step, that action of moving towards it that I believe made it happen.
PJ, how many you see that they have the dream or they find the talent, but the challenges in life make them to give up?
Miss Marcia, I would say probably the majority in South Africa. When we go to, I would say especially the less privileged schools, which we go day in, day out, it is, I said it the other day to someone that it's like a graveyard. It is a rich place, but unfortunately the dreams of many young people are buried. And as Sipho was saying, I mean, he found it through doing it, his talent through the work of the YPG. And unfortunately, there aren't many places who allow young people to believe in their dreams. It's either they need to do something illegal or against their values, their principles, the opportunities in the correct way that will actually build. Because in the YPG, we don't just build the talent, but we build character. We don't just look for the talent, but we also believe in the discipline. So it's very difficult for us to be able to see others doing the same work or other young people being able to develop in his way, both in the sense that he believed in his dream, and although the obstacle came, he kept believing in his dreams. Many of them because the common issues, growing up without a father figure, growing up in a broken family, growing up without a family per se, and still having someone to believe in them, that is extremely rare. And that is one of the greatest, if not the greatest obstacles, not to mention the judging environment, because in the YPG, we always say it is a non-judgmental environment. If we have to laugh at someone, we laugh with you and not at you. We usually use that term. Oh, he did something that was funny, we're not gonna laugh at him. And if we realize he didn't like it, we cut it out, because we want people, we always understand that at the end of the day, he's gonna go home, he's gonna be alone. And what are the thoughts that will be there surrounding and echoing in his mind? And how we react, how we take care of them will make a huge difference and impact, not only now, but I mean in their future, like in the case of Sipho.
I would call that respect for each human being. Irrespective of choices, of decisions, of preferences, we need to respect. Sipho, show us your art.
So these are literally just some of the drawings that I've had, that I've made through a lot of time, you know, and...
Those basically were digital and you printed for...
Yes, most of these were digital. They were drawn
Fantastic, isn't
digitally
it?
on the computer, and I just printed them out. And it's the basics of what I do, and sometimes I have people coming in and ordering like portraits, wanting someone to be drawn as like a gift, as and then there are times when I have t-shirt ideas, and it's something that I'll get to right at the end. There are families that I've like painted
Wow,
like
that's nice.
This originally was like a canvas that was very big. I think it was like 3 meters,
Sure.
over 3 meters wide, and some people want portraits of themselves to draw just to put on a profile picture or put on Instagram. This one was a gift. This one was a gift that someone also painted for someone else. I, like I said, concerning the T-shirt ideas that I have, the milestone of my T-shirt thing, like when you mentioned that I had that dream, 2018 was the year when I looked and I was like, I really want to do this. Because I would have like gaps, I had moments in between when I would draw. I drew this back in 2018. It's old for me.
Yes.
It's old for me, but it plays a very important role because I put it up on a website where you can draw, you can make things, and then you can like put it up and people can like buy it. And I think 2020, there was the first order of it. And I was like, did I $3. $3 is nothing.
Yes.
$3. But I was like, did I just make money from doing wait, what just happened? Like, what? And then the same thing happened, I think 2022, on the same platform, someone else like bought a phone case because you can put it like on a T-shirt. So the same artwork. And I was like, I know what I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to take these and put them on. And now I have like these ideas and this pineapple one. This pineapple one was basically the second one that I made like an official T-shirt print, and I was like, I want to make these, and it's right now it's a side hustle for me. It's like making more money.
Yes.
All that said, that it started without any commitment in one project of the YPG. By then, not even a project like we have today.
Yes.
It was just an opportunity to gather these young chaps together, give something for them to do, take them out of the streets, and it turned into this.
Yes. And take him out of the illegal business and stuff.
Yes. We don't need to mention which. We don't want to give ideas.
Please, no.
Only the good ones.
Yes. And Miss Marcia, I wanted to mention, this was voted for by the YPG fam and everyone supporting the
country,
work of
by
the
the way.
YPG. This art,
Wow.
Amazing, isn't that?
Yes.
it is a symbol of the work of the YPG.
Yeah.
The past and how many they come broken, as we can see she's a representation of many who come to the YPG. What is amazing about it is not only the skill of the artist, but the message. It is
Message
really
behind the picture.
The
something.
before and after.
Yes, we're going to frame it. The artist from Northwest, she sent it to us from our Northwest fam, and they are the winners.
Beautiful.
Of the poll which we had. We had a 3-week online. All of them were amazing, but she really bagged it. We are going to frame it, and it's going to be in our YPG cafe there at the grounds. So, yes.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Sipo, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
More important, the pursuit of a dream. And it's fantastic to know that you had something in hands, you had a job, you had some income, and you gave your all so that you could achieve the dream that you are living today. Yeah. Congratulations to the designer of this beautiful picture.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, my name is Elwa Mugiti from YPG, Rustenburg in Brits. I would like to thank God for this opportunity that He has given me, and also thank each and every person who voted for this art. Thank you for everything, and also I'd like to congratulate each and every person who participated in this competition. Remember, we are all winners. Thank you.
Ms. Marcia, as we saw the opportunity out of nowhere where Sipho made an opportunity for himself, we'd like to also share the unemployment gap that takes place in South Africa, the unfortunate stat of unemployment rate which takes place in South Africa. Where there's a problem, we're showing the solution, but we wanted to show to our viewers what is actually happening and how impactful this work that the YPG is doing can be in their lives.
Here are the stats of the unemployment rate in South Africa. The unemployment rate for youth between the ages of 15 and 34 years is 45.5%. Approximately 55.5%, which is 30.3 million of the population, is living in poverty at 992 rands. 63% of South Africa's youth was unemployed at the beginning of 2019. Research has indicated that the youth face high risks of being vulnerable to crime. In 2024, the unemployment rate among graduates is 9.6%. In 2023, over 40% of South African students did not make it to matric, further contributing to the increasing statistics of future unemployment. We are looking at the brink of what some experts call a crisis in our country. But now, let's head back to the show.
It's sad to see the reality of our country, particularly among the youngsters. They work hard, some of them get graduation, master's degrees and still don't find a job. But the most important thing is to show how the YPG is contributing towards a change among the youngsters, to find out talents, to motivate them to pursue their dreams, to be there for them when things really get tough, when they don't see a way out. And of course, to work in their minds so that they don't give in to drug abuse, to depression, to all these ghosts and monsters that have been destroying our society, particularly the youngsters. Because knowing that 45% of them are unemployed, it's quite challenging for someone who has dreams to go to university, to study, to find a better position, to help family, and all of a sudden they see themselves with a diploma and unemployed.
Yeah, it's a sad reality, Miss Marcia, indeed. And they don't need, as you said something in the beginning, that they do not need to stuck there. Yes, it is there. It's a sad reality. We see that the statistics they are telling the truth, but we have ways, you know. And we have another beautiful story, by the way, from Wandile, all the way from Durban, from nothing, from zero, selling muffins in the taxi rank to a financial manager. Let's watch her story, please.
I'm curious.
What's up, Wandile? How are you doing?
I'm all good. How are you?
I'm good. So tell me your story, you know, let's from the beginning.
I grew up in Bangashu, township in Durban, raised by a single mom who had 5 children, and she just was making enough to make ends meet. I grew up seeing people, seeing my neighbors, and the type of life they were living around me. And I knew I wanted something different for myself. And so it started with me, I think from the grade 9, I started selling muffins on weekends, so every Saturday, and also during school holidays. So I would wake up really early in the morning, I would bake, and then I would walk about 10 minutes to a taxi rank and right behind the taxi rank, we have a train station. So I'd stand there and I'd obviously sell my muffins. I also would go into each individual taxi and sell. When I was doing my matric, I obviously wanted to pursue a career in accounting and finance. I applied, I got admission in one of the universities here in KZN. After I got my matric results, I guess reality sunk in rather, in the sense that we had to pay for registration fee, we had to get textbooks. I was moving from home to Pietermaritzburg. I remember at that point, all my mother could afford at that time was to just pay my registration fee. She paid my registration fee, and my brothers and my sisters helped in buying your iron kettle. And you get to university, you're like, okay, I'm moving in, we have to pay rent. We apply for bursaries, no response. You apply for financial aid, no response. And you're like, okay, I'm still going to university nonetheless because this is what I want. All I had was enough to pay my rent, enough to buy food, go from campus to church if I needed to go to church. And I would go home every time when school would close so that I could go back to let's sell, let's make a little bit of money. Not having a textbook was not an excuse for non-performance. Whilst I was still doing my first and second year, if your fees were not paid, you would not be able to access your result, nothing. Exams are over, but I still have to stay behind and send emails to lecturers for consultation after exams, which doesn't make sense because you work and work and work and you're like, I wouldn't know whether I've passed or not. Then we pushed all the way through to our final year. Between my first year and my final year, at some point my mother was admitted in hospital. I had to completely change campuses. At some point in between, I have my brother, who's my mother's second born, was diagnosed with stage 2 colon cancer. I think really the hardest part was at the point when I had to graduate. COVID happened, and then I couldn't walk across the stage. Then obviously you get your qualification. You do not get your certificate because you have outstanding debt with this institution, and you apply for jobs or you apply for postgraduate programs. They say, please send your certified copy of your qualification, that I do not have because I'm owing this institution about 70,000 Rand and some change. It's just one application after the other. We regret to inform you. At some point, I used to be a tutor online. I also went and worked at one of the events that are hosted in Durban. We just trying to push to make ends meet. And up until this lady from church sent me a WhatsApp and says, hi, I saw on one of my neighbors' WhatsApp statuses that this company in Durban is looking for an intern with either a finance or an accounting qualification. I applied. I think about 2 days later, I was called for an interview and I passed that interview. I got a 12 months internship. I started working, I think, around August of that year. I think about 5 months later, 6 months later, I was offered a permanent position. So I didn't even finish my internship. I was offered a permanent position to be a finance administrator. And at that point, it was also a task for me to build the finance department from scratch within the company. It was a small company when I came in. At that point, I was also offered to say, hey, you can hire your first intern. And it was really beautiful to see because this was me 6 months ago and I'm now able to extend this opportunity to somebody else. I work with a team of about 16 people, including myself. For me, it's not difficult to say or to pinpoint to say, had this not been for God, this would not have happened.
As you know, there are two perspectives in life. There is the complaint, or there is the excuse, and there is pursuing the result. In your case, you didn't look to make too many excuses, but you sought to get a result out of the situation. What would you say to those who maybe feel like, I'm young, there's no way out, and I was born in this condition, I'll die in this condition? What would you tell them?
There is always a way out. Work hard. Complacency will not get you anywhere. Always involve God. Just go out and do it, and do not be complacent. Bye.
Bye.
Congratulations, Wandile. You made it through, and more than that, you become a reference to so many youngsters in Durban and all around South Africa that through your example, they see they can. We have someone else in studio. I'm getting excited by the minute with this story.
Full of surprises.
Because it is really encouraging. That's what we stand for.
That is why they should join the youth group.
That's
the
it.
YPG, it's important.
We love empowerment of women. We fight for that. But today we see empowerment for the youth in regard or in respective of gender and choices. Silo, good afternoon to you. Welcome to YPG Takeover Woman to Woman.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
It happens at least once or twice a year, and you're part of it.
Yes.
Silo, tell us your story. What is your art?
So for me, my art is, I became a martial artist. For many...
Oh my gosh, I'm afraid. Or living in Park Station, I think we should take lessons, Toko.
Yes, don't worry, you've got me and you're safe.
Good.
So for me, it started when I was back in high school. So grade 8, I was in boarding school. So when you go to high school, there's the excitement, leaving primary school. And so with my group of friends, we're like, no, let's decide to try it for soccer. Went out for the trials and I made it to the second team, which was like the next best one. So I was never in the field to play until I was like, no, I don't think this is for me actually. And I felt left out until I went, because my school had different sports. And then I was like, okay, what is going on here? They told me it's taekwondo. I'm like, okay, what is that? I joined in. And on the first class, I was already told, wow, you're actually good at this. And that's where my journey of being a martial artist started.
Wow.
Really? And how that helped you with the school years, with the academics, especially with the pressure?
So for that, it became a thing that I could hold on to. You know, when you know at least I'm good at something, there's something where I feel appreciated. So for me, that's what I held on to. And that actually taught me even discipline. Yes, it might be a sport that many people think it's just fighting.
No.
And that is not what it's about.
And I think because in the beginning, before Miss Masa asked you what pushed you to that, I thought you took that for self-defense. But as you said, I've heard, my husband did martial arts as well. There is a lot of discipline, more than the fight and all that. It's all about discipline.
I see you holding some interesting things there.
Yes.
Can you describe them for us?
Okay, so these are my medals from my previous last 2 tournaments that I went to this year, of which I got a bronze, silver, and a gold. And for the other tournaments, I got a bronze. So those from fighting, having different matches with different people, and also using our weapons, having what we call
Show
weapon
them.
forms. Yes.
And you deserve a round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you.
How
Product from the YPG.
Exactly, exactly.
I was going to ask that. How now you use of that experience, of that art, that you didn't know you had the talent?
Okay, so for me, I'm more of in the arts and culture. So as I grew up with martial arts, in the YPG, I actually got to discover that I can actually dance. And I can actually act, by the way. And I all discovered this in the YPG. So all these things came together to me, be finding who I truly am through these different projects. And now with sports, I'm able to even start with martial arts, teaching other ladies how to even defend themselves.
In the YPG?
Yes, as we are about to start martial arts. In the YPG.
Tali, we come with a complete pack.
Yes, we have the YPG, we have everything. Just a detail, Miss Marcia. She said she started martial arts in grade 8, right?
Yes, grade 8.
But it wasn't all the way until today. You had to stop before. Why was that?
So when I moved to Johannesburg with my mom, when I got here, I never found a place. So me not finding a place where I could feel at home with my martial arts, I stopped. And I just tried joining other sports. It was not working out until I was like, nah, I'm done with sports, until I got to varsity. And that's where I went back to my martial arts again.
Varsity wasn't that easy.
Yes, it was not. I remember in my matric year, so with my final maths mark, I actually failed it.
Yeah.
I got a 46, and in varsity, the requirement is a 60.
60, yes.
And that for me was a huge blow, because it was a thing of we coming out from high school, everyone's going to varsity, but I lost hope in a way, but through the encouragement of the YPG, the words of encouragements from our mentors that we get, that helped me push, and I went on to rewrite my maths. And from there, I actually got a 78, and with rewriting, I was one of the top students, and I was asked to assist some of the students I was also with from there, and I was able to get accepted into varsity, and I'm now doing my 3rd year in chemical engineering.
So in every challenge that you got, you learned to make of that challenge not something to put you down, to destroy your dreams or your future, but as a step ladder, to change it into an opportunity. Because you see, when you came to Joburg, then to go for your matric, you didn't have your sports. But then you saw an opportunity in varsity. You didn't make it. You tried again. You don't give up.
I'm interested of asking something that is funny. You are doing martial arts and chemical engineering. I'm laughing. You know why I'm laughing, Miss Mas? Because my husband, when he was doing that, he was also in the university doing chemical engineering.
Similarity.
So I'm like, I want to ask, do they go together or what? I'm lost.
They are totally different, but I don't know, one way or the other, we find them working together.
Wow, interesting, isn't it, Mrs. M?
Very much. We are discovering things here. But we are preparing for this great event for the youth. It is our June 16, this year on 17. I want you to invite those who are out there, and maybe they have given up their dream. They see themselves as without a purpose in life, settling for the very basic, not believing that they can try over and over until they get what they want.
So I'd like to just say to everyone out there who you think the weaknesses you have can actually turn to a strength. That can be something that can change your life and even the next person's life. You don't have to sit down just because there was a block in your way. Maybe there's something that happened along the way you couldn't pursue your dream. There's still a chance. And us as the YPG would like to invite you to our event called WATCHA.
Yeah.
Are you going to be there?
Most definitely, I'll be there. I'll be there.
So Sipo will be there, we will be there,
Exactly.
Wandili will be in Durban, and you need to join us.
Yeah.
Adolescents are struggling with mental health challenges.
Pupil allegedly shot the principal.
A diploma or degree is no guarantee of a job these days.
17-year-old committed suicide.
The high school learners drank poison. Teen suicide is becoming more common every year.
Gauteng pupil has died after being stabbed at school.
Recorded the highest unemployment rates.
Youth unemployment once again under the spotlight this week.
What you're doing? We are going to prove to you that you don't have to fall into those statistics. You don't have to be just one more. You can rise above and define your own future. What you're thinking? Hey, you have exactly what it takes for you to excel. So what you're doing on June 17? Want to set your life on a whole new level? and join us at 24456 Imnik Drive, Zone 6, Deep Kloof in Soweto, with simultaneous events at every provincial YPG branch across Mzansi. WATCHA. Entry is absolutely rent-free. Mahala.
All I can say is you are invited. Now, we will show them what we have been doing in Holy Ground.
Yes. Ms. Marcia, just rephrasing, we always change the language here.
It's Holy Fields, ne?
It's the grounds.
It's the grounds.
It's the grounds.
Sorry.
Yes, it's the grounds.
It's my home, but...
Yes.
The grounds.
So at the grounds, we were recently blessed to have a few computers which were donated to us. And Soweto being that rich field of young people, we have a couple of our young adults who are IT specialists, and they are going to speak a little bit about the language of it, but we are now offering free of charge lessons for those who want to learn coding, programming, those who want to become computer experts. It's a recent project which began recently. We just needed a few touch-ups, but yes, for anybody who wants to learn coding and you want to learn programming, the grounds, 24456 and
Imnik Drive.
Excuse me, Ms. Ma?
24456.
Yes, 24456 Imink Drive. It's the excitement of saying, and it's free of charge.
And who said that YPG is boring? We have all this.
They know nothing, Ms. T.
I feel like I'm youth.
No, they know nothing. They absolutely, if you say the YPG is boring,
and
also removing that misconception that some people think that the YPG is all about just jumping and dancing. Some people say it's all about screaming. Yes, there are the moments of the juge where we do a bit of that.
Course.
We can't be quiet. It's not a library. It's not an exam room with us. But this is one section which is really booming. And before the end of this year, we're going to have great results from this one.
And it's a way that YPG is helping the youth to fight against unemployment.
Yes.
Because I'm sure out of these courses, we will have professionals that will come like Sipo. They will join us and say, I started there and I found my dream, I found my passion. Today, I have my profession.
Certainly. And Ms. Marcia, one of the most painful things to see, young people in the streets doing absolutely nothing profitable. There is a talent that is going to waste. And in the YPG, against all odds, we are looking for that talent. They might not know it. Even we, obviously, if they don't know it, we don't know it. But through this work, we are going to find it.
So let us watch together. IT project at the grounds.
Yes, the grounds.
I have to learn
these
names
grounds
of my own place.
Good afternoon, Ms. Marcia, Ms. Togo, and Women to Women family. My name is Tefu, and today I'm taking you on a journey of possibilities. Now, you may be wondering, what possibilities? IT possibilities. So today we'll be going on a journey of coding, programming, anything to do with IT. So come along. I hope you are as curious as I am. Let's take off. Come along. We are here with our IT expert, Lebu. So Lebu, what are we doing? What are you guys doing? What are you up to? What is the IT vibes?
Well, first of all, thank you for calling me an expert. But yeah, we do try. So we're here at the Holy Grounds. We're doing the basics of HTML, which is just a hypertext markup language, which is responsible for structuring a web page. How it looks when you, as a customer, go onto a website like, for example, Facebook, www.facebook.co.za. That how it appears to you as a frontline person, as a customer working on that screen.
So that is a frontline. So
that is a front end. Yes. So front end deals with how you as a customer view the page, the colors of the website, the input fields, the buttons, all of that, it's on how you as a customer view my page. For example, if you're to go onto my website, for example, maybe let's say vinflix.co.za. how you as a client going onto your personal computer and interacting with my website, how you view it at the front. That's front end. Well, coding in general just needs someone who is inquisitive. You got to be inquisitive about web pages, about systems, how they work, and also be structural. You need to be a structural thinker, be able to think on solving problems, for example. That's all it is. You just solve problems. You come a client, as I am a client coming to you asking you to design a web page. You will then tell me what your requirements are, and then those are the problems that I, as a developer, will then need to be looking into to sort those problems out.
So if I were to go to varsity or any other place, how much would I be paying to do the front end course?
So it varies. It depends on the institution that you want to study with. But roughly it would be from 30,000 and above, depending on the type of institution you want to study with and what kind of courses they offer.
And please tell the viewers, how much are you charging to do coding here?
At the Holy Ground, it's absolutely free for anybody who's interested to come learn. It's free for you guys. Like, we have some guys who are from their schools, high schools. We get people from tertiary institutions who also would like to learn coding, or maybe they're struggling with their lessons. They can come through to the Holy Grounds. It's absolutely free for anybody who's interested in learning.
Well, you heard it for yourselves. It is free here at Holy Ground every Saturday, 1 p.m. Come join us, whether you're struggling, whether you have the vibe and you just want to learn how to code, how to do a website, free of charge, mahala, here every Saturday. So how did you get into IT? How long have you been doing IT, and how long have you been studying IT?
Well, initially for me, firstly, why I got into IT was I got angry with my friends. I asked them to design a website for me and they didn't. So I decided to then go into IT. I studied through a tertiary institution. It took me 3 years to learn some of the basic stuff that, education gives you, because institutions will never teach you everything that you need to know. You kind of have to adapt along the way. But I would say a maximum of 3 years for me to study everything that I know at the moment. But it varies. Someone else can maybe study it for shorter periods of time, maybe go on an online course to study the course.
You mentioned that your friends kind of pushed you to it. So you kind of fell in love with it. Are you in love with the field that you are doing?
I am. I enjoy creating stuff. I enjoy being creative. I enjoy solving problems, like I was saying. It's one of the requirements that one has to do. You need to learn how to solve problems. You need to learn how to create, and those are the kind of things that I enjoy doing.
So with IT, do you ever stop learning, or you never?
You will never stop learning with IT. New systems are developed on a monthly basis. Right now, as we speak, there's someone sitting somewhere else designing a certain website or coming up with a certain framework that will help developers to learn. So you need to be up to date with the developing industry, IT industry, yes.
Let's hear from our students and hear their views on IT and their views on coding in general. Yeah. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Indipile. My surname is Lila. I'm a student at Bupasnatla.
So Indipile, what made you come to the IT courses?
My friend told me about it and I got interested, so I came to check.
So how long have you been here?
For like one year and a half.
How's the atmosphere here at the Holy Ground? Do you want to take IT professionally?
Yes, I do.
How's the environment here at the Holy Ground?
Let's just say it's cool and stuff. Like, everyone here is cool.
So what is the one thing you love about IT?
I actually get to control the future.
How?
As in, robots are going to be taking over in time, so I get to control the robot. I give it functions and stuff.
Hi, please introduce yourself.
Okay, hi. And I'm Kosnati Kumal from Deep Blue Zone.
Kosnati, how did you find this place?
I saw a post on social media and I came here to look for it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so amazing. So why IT and how long have you been coming?
Okay. I've been coming here for a year and some months, and I came here because I actually love IT.
The IT. So who introduced you to IT?
Lebu is the one who introduced me to IT. Yeah. Since he's the IT teacher. Yeah.
Okay. So now I am seeing colors, numbers, words. What are you actually doing?
So here I'm coding a website for IPG, which I wanted to look like this. Yeah.
Wow, this is amazing.
Yeah.
So that is like the behind the scenes, the website.
Yeah.
This is amazing. So do you want to take IT professionally?
Yes.
Why? Why IT?
Because I love IT, and IT is going to take over the world soon. So I want to stay updated to the latest technology.
Okay, can you show us more regarding the YPG website?
Okay. So this is the back side of it, where I spend all my time, but then all my work is going to look like this.
So the finished product is going to be like this.
Yeah.
So when we type www.ypg,
It's going to lead you to this page.
okay. So this is only the beginning.
Yes.
Okay, this is amazing. Thank you so much, Kosnati. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Aphelele Jafta from Lufere.
So when did you join the IT classes?
When they introduced it in the Hangout.
What do you love most about IT?
I love coding
Why do you love coding?
because when I grow up, I want to be a software engineer.
So the IT world is massive. Like there are various fields that you can go into. Like for example, you can either do the front end, which is designing how a web page looks like. You can do a back end, which is a database framework. You can do system security. You can do a lot of things. You can even go into automation or testing. That's also one of the options that one can go into. So there's a lot that a person can learn in IT, and there are various fields to work in. And it's in high demand at the moment, actually, to be honest with you.
Thank you.
All right.
After all that we showed, one Bible verse came to my mind, and I wanted to read for them. It goes like this: "For it is God who works in you, both to will and to do for His good pleasure." So when I see dreams, ideas coming through this youngster's mind, it is God who's pushing them. Maybe when we were talking about this IT, someone said, "Oh, I wanted to learn this." It's God who's giving them the idea, but it's also God who will give them the way. And what for? For His pleasure. Because when they come here, they sit down and they said, "I faced these difficulties, I sold nothing, I saw myself not being able to go to varsity, I saw myself having to quit certain dreams, but I persisted." Because through the YPG, they came to God. And it is for God's purpose. They are here testifying.
And you know, Miss Marcia, one of the greatest enemies young people have is called comparison. It's looking at someone else and thinking, I'm not good enough for that. And maybe one might not be good enough for that. For example, Slondiwe was talking about dancing. I can't dance to save my life.
Don't count on me for that. I'm out.
I can testify. It's not a good thing
It's not going to happen. The YPG fam will never see that happening because it's not in me. But we cannot look at others and think, I'm not good. We might not be good at that one thing, but God has something else that He's made you amazing for. Sometimes the young person will say, looking at others and saying, you're good for that. And even depression arises from that because they feel like, I'm worthless. I'm useless. I don't have what he has. But that's because they have not yet understood that God already has a purpose for their lives. God already has something planned. And this is what the invitation of the work of the YPG is for them to allow us to show you maybe what even we and you don't know that you already have. Allow us to, well, through God. God is going to guide us. How are we going to do it? I don't know. The arts like Sipho, how did it happen? I have no clue. Who taught him? I have no clue. But God made it happen because there was a willingness. And when one wants to do it, one of the things that we teach the most is don't do it to show to others, for anyone. Do it for God and do it for yourself.
And you know, I think most of the time, you mentioned, PJ, that the pressure, you know, the world we live in pressurizes to be like, because I am different, it's not good. I have to be like you. And most of the time, people who don't know God, that's why they have to come to the YPG. They start living like that and amplifying what they do not have. Instead of thinking, okay, I don't have that, but God can give me another talent. We don't need to be the same, because if we were all the same, the world will be boring.
Very boring.
It will be boring.
And it's impossible to be the same today with so many challenges.
Yeah.
If someone wants to overcome, he needs to stand out. He needs to offer something different. How? He will find out in YPG, because God is going to give the will and the way to do it.
Really for His pleasure, because we see today Sipho is a mentor, so he's helping others, not only teaching graphic designer, but teaching others how to overcome in every aspect of their life. Today, Silondiu as well, she's a mentor. I was even talking to her when she came in, like we saw her growing, and today she's helping others. Today she can say, I failed, but I'm here, I made it. So that's one of the most important things in the YPG. You can fail, but we'll be there to stretch out the hand and take you up again.
So I think that more than the projects, more than the IT project, more than arts and cultures, more than anything, is that strength, that human element. Someone will tell you, go on, you can make it.
Yes, and
maybe this is what they are missing.
Yes, Ms. Marcia, and the question at the beginning was, what's your art?
Yes.
We don't know, but God knows. And the greatest artist in the world is God.
Is God, yeah.
He's made everything perfect as usual, as a standard procedure. There are no mistakes. Allow Him, through the work of the YPG, to find your art, to lead you to your art, to lead you to the pinnacles of where you've never imagined you can reach.
To really take off.
Yes.
Take off, that's it. Now, we are going to ask Uncle Vinny to pray, not only for the youth, but for all of you who are stuck in a situation and you don't see a way out. You don't believe that there is a way out. It's not worth trying. But your mind will change. Shall we pray?
Thank you very much, Ms. Marcia, the Woman to Woman family, and of course, our very own YPG fam. Now, I want to offer a prayer for you who are maybe struggling to find your art, or you know what your art is, but it's difficult to turn that art into something real, into reality. God is here to help you, and He's going to help you today. Please bow your heads. Our Lord, we pray on behalf of the youth who maybe haven't discovered their art, they haven't discovered their talent, they haven't found reason for existence. It's been difficult for them. May you help them understand that within them there is a hidden power, a hidden gift, a hidden talent, a great potential that is waiting to be awakened. Help them to see their values and help them to achieve great things. We pray for those who also have discovered their art. They know their talents, their value, their worth, but maybe they struggle, my God, to turn what's inside of them into something of reality. They're afraid of opinions. They were hurt by traumas, disappointment, failures. A lot of things got in between them and their dreams, and they gave up along the way. May you help them. May you give them strength to overcome the internal and external battles, for them to succeed and be great in everything they do. I surrender the lives of the viewers, the youth, in your hands, and I ask you that you help them discover their art and that you give them strength to overcome the challenges that they are facing and help them make this art inside of them a reality for your honor and for your glory. We pray in Jesus' name, amen. That's it. Now, I'm sure that God is going to help you either to discover the talent you have inside of you, or He's going to give you strength to overcome whatever it is that's holding you back from reaching your dreams and making that art into reality. Now, we're going to head back to the studio. We're going to head back to Miss Marcia and the fam, and I'm sure that the rest of the program will be awesome. As we say in the YPG, it's time to take off.
You are blessed irrespective of your age. Listen, we don't have a conclusion of the matter because this is only part one. Isn't that, PJ?
Without a doubt, Miss Marcia.
What is coming for next week?
A bit of a surprise. I can't give it away, Miss Marcia. We like causing suspense. However, we're going to give everybody a bit of a taste of what to expect on June 17, the biggest event of the YPG.
June 16 on 17.
Yes, June 16 on 17. Youth Day on June 17. Let's just, we're not changing the dates yet. It's just, observed. But yes, they are going to have a taste of what we're talking about today. They're going to see it. We had Slondiwe, we had Sipo, we had Wandile. But they're going to see the talent throughout South Africa, things which have never been shown before. In this event, we are looking not just for talent, but rare talent, talents which have never seen before.
We are expecting many surprises. You should expect many surprises in this event.
Who knows? The surprise is each one of them.
Exactly.
Isn't that?
Exactly.
Yes.
Come, show us your talent, whatever it is. If it's a rare talent, no one speaks about my talent. Don't worry, we've got you.
We got you covered. We got you covered.
So it is, what are you thinking and where are you going?
What you're thinking and what you're doing.
What you're thinking and what you're doing.
Yes.
WATCHA.
WATCHA. What you're thinking, what you're doing.
So WATCHA, we wait for you next week, Friday, 3 p.m. Still woman to woman, but on a takeover mode for WATCHA. Until then, God bless you all. Bye-bye.
Laughter.
And cut. No! There is no cut! Let's go, Nami!
Classical moments.
So I'm not sure if I can answer that or my friends can do.
Humbling.
Totally drift away from my vision, from my purpose, and God was so merciful because He saw my sincerity, though I was drifting away, but He saw my sincerity.
Impactful.
To give of yourself to your child, to listen when they to shout at them, not to call them names, but your presence will remain with them forever and they will appreciate the teachings that you give to them.
Eye-opening.
But values and principles do not change at all, they stay the same. And once I know that, and once I tell myself that, and I love myself because I'm not going to compromise my salvation for somebody else, then once I love myself in that way, it will be easier for me to love others.
Do you find yourself experiencing those moments while watching the Woman to Woman programs? Well, this is our gift for you. We are announcing our Woman to Woman playlist on Facebook and YouTube. Watching Made Easy, where you can go back to the shows again and relive those moments. Enjoy.